Get them to come to you. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Today I want to continue our talk about sales, how it applies to your marketing, how understanding the process of sales can change your business completely. And this is what I call my general theory of sales relativity. Okay, I'm sure someone else has already come up with this or has a better name for it. This is just my concept based on both my personal experiences, and you step back far enough and you see this rule in play everywhere, and it's a universal thing. Okay, so I want you to think about sales and think about how most people see sales, and if you don't have a whole lot of experience in sales, I want you to think of someone putting you in a position of having to sell something. What is your thought? Your thought is, what is it that I'm selling? What is the story behind what I'm selling? How do I get someone else to be interested in what this is that I'm trying to sell to them? And those are all good ideas, but I think we're all trained, or really trained badly, or maybe it's just lack of training, lack of understanding of what sales is. Sales is really about finding something that person has that they want, or not that they have, but that they want, a desire that they have, and finding a way to connect that up with what you are trying to sell to them. This requires a very subtle situation where you can't be going after them. They have to be coming after you. And this is a concept in relativity. And if you think about it, the basic idea of relativity is that everything has a relative stillness to a relative movement. So if you think about it, I'm going to take you way outside the world of sales for a second here, just to prove a point. Okay, everything. When you are standing still on the earth, you're still moving, the earth is still moving, you're still moving separately from each other. If you start walking along the road, to you, you're moving and the road is sitting still. And it's true, relatively. You have movement, the road is sitting still. But is it really sitting still? Of course not. It's on the earth is turning around constantly. It's always moving in rotation, if nothing else. So it's moving in rotation, but to you, you're moving and it's sitting still. It is the earth. It is, but well, okay, let's take another one. The moon works its way around the earth. To the moon is moving, the earth is sitting still. Is the earth sitting still? No, the earth is rotating around the sun. If the earth is rotating around the sun, what is everybody on earth who knows that the earth is moving? What do they think about the sun? Well, the sun must be sitting still. And we are moving around it, right? But is the sun moving? Is the sun sitting still? No, nothing sits still. The sun isn't sitting still. The sun is, yes, the center of the solar system. In accordance with everything else in the solar system, it appears that the sun is sitting still. But the sun is in its solar system, and the solar system is moving around the galaxy. Is the center of the galaxy sitting still? The rotation that the solar system makes around the galaxy? No. We know that this is the Milky Way galaxy, right? And the Milky Way is made up of, it's a whole bunch of solar systems all together, and they're rotating around something else. I mean, but it goes on and on and on. And you could take it from the macro on that level, all the way down to the micro, down to an atom or a molecule or anything. There's always a center, a relative center, that seems to be sitting still, with everything else moving around it. Okay, I'm sorry for belaboring the point, but I want to make it clear. This is the way it is across the board. It's this way with organizations. It's this way with everything. Everything is about relative stillness to relative movement. And in reality, everything except for the original thing that sits still, everything moves. But you need relative movement to relative stillness in order to have any sense of order whatsoever. So, and it's this way throughout nature, it's beyond us, okay? Just to get the point. The issue is that salespeople way too often want to be the movement in the scenario. And what you need to be is relatively still as much as possible and allow them to come to you. This is super important. And the difference between you moving to them and them moving to you is a situation, not just, I wouldn't say of power or of control, but in a situation of balancing things out. Because the person who is not moving is the most, is the person who feels the most in control, is the person who feels that, well, we're getting into psychology that I don't necessarily need to go down. But in general, when you're talking about a situation, when you are attempting to have someone agree to go along with it, so you're looking to sell a widget, right? If you're looking to sell that widget, you could talk about that widget all day and night until that person decides that they want that widget more than they want the money in their pocket. Nothing else is going to happen. So the quicker that they move in the direction towards you and are making it about themselves, then the quicker it is that you sell a widget, not necessarily the quicker, but the more sustained that sale is going to be, and the more likely you'll be able to sell them something else later because they don't feel as though they've been sold the item. You see, when you feel like you've been sold an item, what's the next thing you feel the next day? You feel like, oh, buyer's remorse, right? You're just not sure. You're just not sure. You get down from the high of the moment that the salesperson got you all hopped up in, and then you're like, I don't know if it was the best idea to part with my money for that widget. But if it was your decision along the whole way, if you did not feel coerced whatsoever, if you even felt like you had to convince the salesperson that you're the right fit, that you're going to be the right person for what they're selling, everything changes. And I don't care if you're actually selling anything or not. It's more the concept of how to get people to come along and do what you think is best for them. And that is to get them to see it from their own perspective and make sure they have the power in the movement, that they are putting energy into the transaction. If they aren't putting energy into it, then you're putting more energy, and they're going to feel as though they've been trod upon, as if they were the still earth that you're walking across, okay? Hopefully that makes sense to you. I know we're going a little metaphysical today, but or at least physical, dealing with physics. But hopefully it makes sense. Understanding the relativity of any sales situation is so key that it will completely change how you handle every interaction with human beings eventually. Because you'll realize that every argument is the chance for you to make a sale, but really it's about them coming to the conclusion and not you foisting a conclusion upon them. So hopefully that makes sense. Hey, go check out brianjpombo.com. Go check out the Amazon Proof Strategy Session. You can find it at brianjpombo.com/Amazon. If you're looking to improve your business, if you're looking to either overcome a major obstacle or you're looking to reach a major goal that you haven't been able to get to yet, you're going to want to check out the Amazon Proof Strategy Session. brianjpombo.com/Amazon. I know it's complicated. The link is in the description. Go check it out. Hey, you have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.